It's deprogrammed. My name is Justin, and I'm a humble host of sorts, and also, unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent. Of course, I chose not to there because I really can't speak with an English accent. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about Against Me, and so first of all, they have an exclamation point. We'll get into that. Let me get to the hard sells first. Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin is where you can go. Pledge $1 a month. $1 a month! And you get this program, deprogrammed 3 full days before the rest of the world. You get the Oh Hi Justin pod a full week before the rest of the world. And that's that's 5 days of Justin right in your eardrums. I'm just saying, your weekday is now filled with me. How about that? Take that right in your eardrums. Can I say eardrums again? Hashtag WrestlePals comes right to your mailbox, however you want to get it. You can also, there's a new project coming up with the Trash Pals there. I'm hopefully revitalizing your music show. I'm just saying there's a lot of things happening that you get with your $1 American dollar. We are talking about Against Me today, and I'm really excited because there is an exclamation point. I love punctuation in a band's name. So we're joined all the way from Florida. Let me introduce the panel. All the way from Florida, Peter Gardner joining us again.
Hey, everyone.
You're becoming quite the regular, Peter.
Yeah.
And actually, we'll talk about that at the end. And actually, for the very first time, finally, it only took 1.5 years or so, Elena Bundy.
Woo! How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing.
Finally got you on the deprogrammed.
I know, man. I'm excited. I was reviewing a lot of the archived, stuff, and it's fun. It's fun. I'm excited.
So I want to talk to you first about Against Me because you're the one who put them up on the board, and they sat up there for a good while. Talk to me about Against Me, how you found them, why you're such a fan, and why you're so excited to talk about them specifically today.
Oh my God. You know what? I don't even know the exact moment that I discovered the band, but the first time I saw them was kind of a little bit late in the game, just from the brief chats that I've had with Peter and you prior to recording today. I feel like I'm kind of a late to the game for the band, but the first time I saw them was actually in Alabama at some venue in Southern Alabama in 2007, I think. And I was just sold, man. They're just I always refer to the band as a modern day Clash. Anytime I've ever seen them since then, they just give it their everything on stage. And they're just amazing all around as far as performers. I think the music itself, lyrics and just, I don't know. It's an easy sell to me.
Well, it's funny you say that because even though I've never really gotten into the Clash, Peter described them to me when I first put this group together as kind of punk with a little bit more grit. And I found, although that's rather accurate, I found them leaning more towards the rock side. Peter, you're a huge fan of Against Me. You finally, I don't know if you were just waiting to see if somebody else was going to jump on, but you finally jumped aboard. And I know you're a huge fan of this band.
Yeah. Florida actually has a really good punk rock scene. And while I'm not really a punk rocker full on, I do keep my finger on the pulse. So it was cool seeing them go from local band to actually, getting on the radio and, hitting it big.
And so you described them to me as a grittier punk rock. It's funny, and this kind of directs towards both of you. Here's what I found with Against Me when we went through the entire discography. I don't know that there's been a band that sets the tone as far as what the band is going to be as good as this band did with reinventing Axl Rose. It's such a perfect tone setter of, there's tweaks along the way, and I find that the later work kind of more fits into what Justin likes, but the scope of what they do, the last time I was impressed with how on point a band was with their sound was Chevelle. And I don't know if you guys might take that as an insult, but to be that consistent with your work, not abandoning your sound, but still being able to evolve it, to me nothing is a bigger tip of my hat than that, if you ask me. Oh, unfortunately, I think the audio is kind of breaking up. Maybe if you try turning off your video, Elena, that might help, because I think I'm on my Wi-Fi.
Just audio?
Yeah, try just going audio. See if that helps. And then if that doesn't, we'll figure something else out.
It's okay. I was getting sick of looking at my face anyway.
Aww. I don't know how much of that got broken up though, but this again, I don't mind repeating myself because it's a very accurate statement. I don't think that there's been a band that sets the tone for what the band is as good as Against Me does with reinventing Axl Rose.
You know, it's interesting to me. Like, I was thinking about this whole conversation that we were going to be having, and outside of like the sound of the band, the one consistent thing for me that I've always thought, and maybe this is just being like a designer, I guess, like a graphic designer, I like Laura Jane Grace and the band as a whole, like, and Laura, I think, is like a really, from what I understand, she's pretty much key in like the aesthetic of the band as far as like album covers and things like that. Like, it's wild to me to look back from like their inception, you know, until now. And like, it's like such a consistent body of work as a whole, whether it be sound, whether it be, you know, the visuals. I mean, you see them live, their shows are just, they're tight, they're consistent. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that really touches on what you're saying, but I feel like they and she is like a massive part of like that execution of those types of things within the band. So I think that's a really accurate statement, I would say, for sure.
Execution. I think you nailed it. That's the word. That's like the precise word, execution. Peter, like how far off am I here? Like, is consistent a word you would use for Against Me?
Yeah. I mean, where they started with reinventing Axl Rose and where they are now with Shapeshift with Me isn't really, I mean, they've grown as a band, but they haven't really, you know, strayed too far from what they started as. And one thing that I'd noticed about them that kind of differentiates them from a lot of punk bands is that they have kind of like a folk element to them. Whereas like a lot of their songs, like they play with a clean guitar sound instead of distortion. And they do a lot of acoustic songs and a lot of songs that you can just sing along to, you know, like you're at a campfire or something.
It's funny, like you mentioned the acoustic, and normally when I'm listening to a punk band and an acoustic song comes up, I'm gonna groan a little. Like I'm not turned off, but I am going to groan a little bit. Like, her voice is so strong, and she doesn't change it for the acoustic songs. And I'm like, not only can I respect that, it makes me love it more. Like, it's almost a yell. I dig that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was going to say to that, like, it's funny as I was sort of creating my list too for the show that I think, because you listen to things more intently, obviously, because this was the whole purpose of what we were doing today.
Yeah.
So going back and like revisiting, I mean, all the records basically and listening to it, like, I don't know. I mean, Laura Jane Grace, and this isn't to discredit the rest of the band because they're all very talented. I mean, even, you know, various lineup changes and things like that. But her vocals, like, man, like she uses every single thing when she performs. Like, she's using, you know, her instrument, like as far as guitar, her voice, and just how she can, it's like that growl. It's just the way she, like the intonation in her voice and certain lyrics and, you know, words even. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, you're right. Like, there is just such subtleties in, you know, in how she's written the music and just, you know, to pair that with, like you said, like with an acoustic guitar and have that gritty, you know, sound with it. I mean, it's amazing and it's beautiful, you know, and it's kind of cool because like Peter was saying too, like it's so rad how that translates from, you know, a straight up just an acoustic guitar, you know, and being able to perform those songs with nothing but, and then getting up with like a full band and doing that with like, you know, electric sound and it sounding just as badass either way.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I mean they kill it. Like they really do kill it. Like in that sense. Like I think that's also very true to what you guys were saying for sure.
Very easy to fall in love with this band if you have any kind of punk sensibility in your body. You will fall in love with this band like immediately. I mean, it's right off the top. You will fall in love with this band. There's also a theme. Oh, sorry. I'm still getting over like a cold. There's also a theme running through that we have to address. I don't know that it's ever been so center a part of a band in any. I think this is like the 97th band we've done. And I think this is the first time it's ever taken center stage. So talk to me. Her name's Lauren or Laura?
Laura Jane Grace.
Okay, so
is her name.
So she was not born Laura Jane, right?
No. I'm sure Peter can touch on this too, but I will say, like, I mean, yeah, it's a huge part of the band. I mean, I believe it was 2012 where she actually came out to the world essentially in a copy of Rolling Stone magazine,
Yeah.
you know, and basically said, hey, like, this is me. This is, you know, something that she wanted to share really with the entirety of the world. And quite honestly, I think even back then I was still kind of discovering the band in certain ways. But that for me, I was just like, that is such a testament to Laura Jane Grace as a person, I would say, an artist, and just like that's the most ballsy thing I think anybody could possibly do. You know what I mean?
It's punk rock. Like she was just like, yeah, this is who I am now. If you're on board, you know, cool. If you're not, then fuck you.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful that punk rock is the one place where you can truly be yourself. And I wish that was a true statement about, you know, every circle, because there are some problem. I can think of one song specifically. There is a problematic word, but it's different. Okay, so last week, the episode is Eminem. He uses that same problematic word, but when it comes out of Eminem's mouth, it sounds hateful. And while when it comes out of Laura Jane's mouth, it still sounds hateful, but it's hateful directed at herself.
Well, which word are you talking about?
The F word, and I'll use it just, I hate the word, but faggot is the word.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's intense that, again, that, I guess Korn did it as well too. I forget the song right now, but it's a problematic word, but it's like she took the power of it.
Well, you know, like I know there's like a lot of things that we'll touch on regarding the band, and I think Laura becomes a big part of the conversation just specifically because of, you know, her coming out as a transgender woman, and I mean she's a published author as well, right? Like she put out a book called, and specifically because it is such a horrible word within the transgender community, but she called her book tranny, which is a word that she fucking hates apparently from interviews that I've seen, and anybody within that community hates it as well. But it's like you said, like she purposely did that to sort of make it part of like the dialogue and the discussion with people to try and educate, you know what I mean? So she's very like thoughtful in how she puts her art out there and how she presents herself. Like, I mean, I've been really lucky to meet her a number of times as well. Oh. And it's kind of like what you see is what you get. And I'm sure, I don't know if Peter, if you've ever met her, but like, yeah, like I've never met anybody that is like, just embodies really like that sort of ethos of like punk. Like she says what she says and she means what she says. And she's just like unapologetic about everything that she does. And I think outside of the music, like it just fosters my love for the band because she's just like, it's like Peter said, like it's like a big old fuck you to just society and everybody. And she's such an artist to the core, you know, that's, I just find that so incredible, you know, and that just kind of made me even more of a fan of the band over the years, you know? Yeah. So, yeah.
Peter, did you want to add any thoughts? Because I believe you've read her book, right?
I have not actually.
Oh, I misread the conversation. Sorry.
What I can add is that when she came out, the initial reaction from all the fans was like, "What the fuck?" But then everybody kind of went back and looked at her lyrics from the earlier albums, and she was writing about her struggles with her identity, and we're like, "Oh, holy shit!" It was like right in front of our faces the entire time, like. We never noticed it,
and that's just it, right? Like, because she was struggling with her identity, and I'm of the mindset I accept you for who you are. You tell me you're she, you tell me you're he, you tell me you're they or them. I love and appreciate you. I know I will slip up and sometimes use the wrong words, and I do apologize for that. It has happened, but it is insane to think that in 2018 we're still having to have the conversation of people can't be who they are. And I'm so glad that this band came up now,
Well, I don't know at least for me too, like, I think it's interesting because there's, again, like, if you've ever listened to, and I know, Justin, like, you're pretty new to the band. And I think it's incredible that you like them as much as you do, because they really are fucking amazing. And but I mean, like, if you take the time to kind of go and like listen to interviews, like, regarding like the transgender issue, like, you've got like, Jane County, who's a transgender woman. There are other bands that are still like out there and current that, have transgender members or like lead singers or whatever. And she's been really, I don't think she really wants to really, call herself like a spokesperson or, anything like that for the community, but she's really big on, educating as much as she can. But I mean, she's still new to it herself,
Yeah.
Coming out in 2012, that's really not a long time to kind of, I don't know. I mean, she's got a lot on her plate, and just kind of getting right with herself, let alone being this like public figure too, in her art. But going back to the music though, I feel like that's what's incredible about sort of, the last few albums since, Transgender Dysphoria Blues, like it's kind of like more upbeat and happy and positive, but it's still badass at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's good stuff. So.
All right, so we're gonna jump into the game here, but before we do, Peter, talk to me about putting your 20 together.
Oh, it was tough. Because they got like what, 6-7 albums?
Yeah, I think it was 7. Yeah.
But like, there's not a lot of filler. Like,
no.
Like each song is like, I mean, I'd be hard pressed to find songs that I didn't like by them.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So it was just a really arduous process of like, oh God, I don't want to take that off, but I have to.
Yeah. Actually, I came back. I came back after my first cuts, and I brought it down to 43. And again, this is Elena's first time aboard. So like, when I said that, Elena. And you hadn't started putting your list together yet, I don't think. So walk me through what it was like for you putting your first 20 together.
You know what? Like, it was actually incredibly easy because I I am such a nerd when it comes to music that, like, I have, like most people, I mean, I've got playlists. I subscribe to iTunes, so shameless plug for them, I suppose. But I have a playlist that I have in queue, and I listen to it on a regular basis. So it's kind of like, without even realizing it, I'd already done most of the work already. But 20 is a big list. Like, it is a big list. So much like you guys, it was hard to kind of go back and edit and really kind of get the ones that I really, really love. But at the same time, it was kind of easy because I'm not a musician. I'm not like technically, what's the word? Like, I'm not a musician. So like, I don't look at music that way. Like, for me, it's all about the feels, like hardcore. So it's just like whatever moves me. And really, it was like that list of 20 was just the songs that I listen to on a regular basis that really just give me the feels. So yeah, that's kind of how it went.
So, for me, I think after my first cut, I had it down. I weeded out about half of the songs, and again, Peter, you nailed it on the head. There's zero filler on any of these albums. But to Elena's point, a lot of the ones didn't get through because they didn't like grab me like immediately. So I was like, okay, well, you have to start somewhere. And, I got it down to like, I don't know, 26 or 27. And that was where it was the hardest. I still have 21. I'm making one on the fly today. But every time I'd go back and listen, I'd be like, yeah, but this one belongs. Oh, but yeah, this one belongs. And then before you know it, I'm still at 27. It's like, okay, well, I'm not getting anywhere. Eventually, I had to just kind of cut stuff for really stupid reasons. I ended up leaning more towards like a message side. Sometimes in the title, sometimes there's a couple songs that they feel like one song in specific feels like a sequel to something off the first record. So here's what I'll say before we actually get into gameplay. This is a great band, and I highly recommend, if you have any punk sensibilities at all, going ahead and just listening to Reinventing Axl Rose. Listen to that. It's a great jumping in point, and if you love the band, if you listen to that and love the band, then take in what we have to say from here out. The name of the game is Deprogrammed, and the three of us have sat and picked out 20 songs each that we are now going to bounce off of each other and hopefully magically make a top 10 starter kit for Against Me. This was a band that I still don't think a lot of people know about, because I always ask the listeners if there's what their songs are that should be on this list, essentially. And I didn't get a lot of response for this band. Yeah, and it's like I said, I knew one song going in, and I didn't know that I knew this song going in. So I can't wait to get to that one. But I'm going to start here. It's towards the front of Axl Rose anyway, and I think it's a great starting point to what they are. The Politics of Starving.
Wow. Okay.
I don't have that one.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have that one either.
All right. Well, it's all right. It's all right for me to come out shooting hot and striking out. It's okay. All right, Elena, let's bounce one out here. Let's get it going.
All right, man. My first one was We Laugh at Danger and Break All the Rules.
Oh my God, no, I had to cut that one.
No.
Yep.
God, so good.
Yeah, I cut that one too.
Oh, you guys.
I get the feeling this is what we're going to be dealing with here. So let me say this, since we've got two strikes right out the jump, just in case. There is a new trash protocol that is set up in case of emergencies. If we don't get 10 between the combo and automatic ends, each of us will get to pick out a song from our own list out of the trash and a song from somebody else's list out of the trash. And then we'll massage those 6 into, like, we'll take whatever we need. All right, Peter?
I'm going to stay with Axl Rose. I'm going to pick Pints of Guinness Make You Strong.
Oh, my God. Yeah. So good. That's one of the few that we got through from listeners, actually.
Huh.
I love that one, but I don't have it.
No, me either. That was not on my list.
Okay.
But I will say to that, though, that song live kicks ass. It is really good live.
All right. We're going to have to try. I'm going to try. Let me go here. It's off of Searching for Former Clarity.
Such a good record.
Mm-hmm. And, frick, I had the line. I was listening to this earlier. The name of the song is Violence. I've got Violence.
That's not on my list.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, God. What is the... now I need...
Maybe it's because I'm a girl. I don't know. We're not jiving, man.
let me, what's the line? What did we do to deserve this violence? Something along those lines. Like, that just hit me. I was like, Yeah, what did we do? Like, anyway, okay, Elena.
So Problems is my next one.
Nope.
Nope.
Wow,
Oh, no.
really?
Oh no. Oh no. We're all over the place. All right, Peter.
Okay, this is the song that got me into the band. Sink Florida Sink.
Yep.
Yep, it's on mine.
Oh, there we go.
Winner,
Yes.
winner, woo, woo.
This was the song that I knew that I didn't know. There's actually a band locally, Invaluable. They cover it or used to cover it.
Nice.
And I didn't know that was an Against Me song. So like it started playing and I'm singing along. So I'm like singing along. I was like, oh, so that's who that is.
They're so great too. Invaluable. They're a good local band.
I love
Man.
them.
You should check them out, Peter, if you haven't. Keith is awesome. He's a good dude. I like that guy a lot.
Very much
Okay.
so. Actually, I think they end up down in Fest in Florida like all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Mhm.
All right. So we got one in. I feel a little bit better about it. All right. Well, let's trot this one out here. White People for Peace.
I got that one.
No.
All right. Well, it's in the combo. Yay. All right, Elena.
Even at our worst, we're still better than most.
No,
No.
I don't think so. No,
Man, you guys.
I don't think that one must have just not. Nope.
Didn't speak to you, huh?
Somehow, like it's not sticking out to me. All right, Peter.
I was a teenage anarchist.
Yep.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
That's a great
Yep.
one.
Oh, unanimous. I was a teenage anarchist.
But the politics were too convenient.
Yeah. Oh my God, so good. And you know what? Since you played that and we got it in unanimously, I'm going to go the other way because to me that's a sequel to off of Axl Rose, Baby, I'm an Anarchist.
That did not make my list.
Okay.
Me neither.
All right. All right. Elena?
To that though, those I can't even say the word, anarcho punks are mysterious.
God.
I love that song,
God.
and that's kind of
Dang
true
it.
to a lot of their.
So good.
Yeah.
Again, that whole
Did that make anyone's list?
not mine.
No.
Oh, guys.
The problem is that whole I could have made a case for that whole first record easily.
Yeah.
Easily. All right, Peter.
Okay, this one's newer. Black Me Out.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so that didn't make my list, but it made y'all's.
Yeah.
Let me find it on the thing with the thing.
The thing with the thing.
Where is it?
It's on Transgender Dysphoria Blues. It's
There
the
it
final
is.
track.
There it is. So it makes the combo. That's one of the other few that we got through listeners. So that means I was definitely wrong on that one, baby. You know what? I'm gonna go here since we're on that record. Unconditional Love.
I've got that one.
Yes.
I do not.
Okay. It's still in the conversation though. Even if your love is unconditional. Oh, so good. So catchy.
I love that you're so excited, Justin. Like, it's just, oh, man, that makes me so happy. It's great.
Very few things excite me more than a new band. Like a new band to my lexicon anyway.
Gosh, there are so many bands I can recommend then.
Have at it. I'll get to them eventually. All right, Elena, it is your turn.
You know what? I'll stick to that album too. Fuck My Life 666. Really?
I caught it.
Oh,
That was a late cut.
Same.
wow. Yeah, that's a good one.
It was one of my last cuts.
Wow.
All right, Peter.
I'll stay on that album. Two Coffins.
Nope.
Man, I cut that one. I love that song though, but yeah, that didn't make my final cut. Damn it.
All right, so we're gonna speak directly to Justin's soul here. This is off of Shapeshift with Me. I don't think sound wise it's necessarily on brand with what Against Me does, but oh my god, it's so good. Crash.
Oh my god, have you seen the video?
I have not.
Justin, it's so low budget.
Oh, really?
And I've had yeah. Yeah, I had the fortune of talking to the guy that recorded that video for them. I think they recorded somewhere in Georgia, oddly enough.
Oh.
And it is freaking you need to view it. It's so low budget and amazing. You'll fully appreciate. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. That did not make my list.
Well, I mean, at least you had a story for it.
Right.
Peter, do you have it?
Yeah. No.
Another crash landing. All right.
Oh, so good.
So good. Well, I mean, again, I preface that with I don't think it's necessarily on brand for them. All right. Elena?
You know what? I'm gonna segue from that to Shapeshift with Me. And even though this wasn't a full on, I think it was a collab, I think, with Laura Jane Grace. And forgive me, I don't know who the other musician is, but the track is called Norse Truth. And even that kind of departs a little bit from their sound, but it is fucking badass, man. It's a great track. And I love it.
I don't have it.
No.
I don't have it.
Oh my God. No. So good.
Okay.
Recollect it? Nobody?
I mean, I remember.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, see, and that's the problem sometimes with this is it's like I can remember it and I like it. There's a handful that I'm like, man, I don't even remember that song. Then there's the ones that were painful to cut, and then there's the ones, man, I really liked it, but it just didn't make my cut. That was one of them. All right, Peter.
See, I'm gonna go back to White Crosses because of the shame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Because of the shame. Oh, so good.
So good.
All right, we're doing all right here. You know, it feels bad because there's been so many misses, but we've got 3 all the way in, and we got 3 in the conversation. So we're doing we may end up having to like pull the ones to the convo in like automatically, but we're doing all right here.
Nice.
I still got a good like 10 or so left, 10 or 12 or whatever. There's a good number left. Okay, I've been staring at this one from Searching for a Form of Clarity. I initially didn't want to play it because it's my name, Justin.
That did not make my list.
Well,
sorry.
I have it.
Hey, all right. From what I can tell, it's like a soldier died, and like the line that sticks out is, Yahoo won't give his family the login for his emails just so somebody can check his emails, and it's I don't know. Again, I wanted to cut it, and just because it was my name, but then I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, this is kind of a bummer.
They were. I mean, they're still good now, but like they were really good during the Bush years and did a lot of really good political stuff in their music.
Oh yeah, you can feel a lot of that in the middle-ish albums.
Yeah.
All right, Elena.
You know what? I am going to put this out there. One, because it was, again, like a weird introduction for me around that time. But Crash Unreal
Oh my god,
is still one of my all-time faves. And oddly enough, I think they recorded with Butch Vig, who like did Nirvana, and like that record when it came out was just like it was a great album. So yeah, Crash Unreal.
I don't have that.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow. Little too mean.
I'll tell you this though, Elena. Peter and I are both wrong because that is one of the few that actually, again, like I think we got 4 from the listeners, and that was one of them.
Yeah, it's a good track for sure.
So we were wrong.
Yeah, you were.
All right, Peter.
Let's see. Miami.
Oh, that's on my list too. That's a great track.
Good. That one was I didn't want to cut it. Because that's a great track one.
Yeah, it's good sound for sure.
All right, so that
And it's good if you've ever been to Miami and you just that's just how everyone feels about it.
It's a total cesspool, man. No offense, man. I lived in the deep south for a long time, and there are some sketchy places.
Oh yeah, I mean, I take no offense. I mean, I'm well aware of Florida's reputation with the rest of the country.
I mean, I lived in Mississippi, so I don't know if I'm one to judge, but
almost same, almost. Just not as much in the news. Let's see. So we've got 5 through to the condo and 3 automatically in. Yeah, so we are A-okay here. I think we're going to be all right. I don't think we're going to need new trash protocol. All right, I've been staring at this one, so I'm going to get this one out here too from Shapeshift with Me. Boyfriend.
oh, I cut that one. That's a good track, though. Yeah, that was a hard one for me to cut because it's just a happy love song, man. It's great.
I didn't have it either.
That's all right. What am I doing here? That's all right. All right, Elena?
Off the same record, I'm going to go with Haunted Haunts, which I think is a killer track, and I love it. So I hope that you guys have it as well.
I do not.
I don't.
Oh, fellas.
I'm wishing I could have had like one more go through of the whole discography, I feel like. All right, Peter?
I'm going to go back to Eternal Cowboy. TSR, This Shit Rules.
I got it.
Oh, no, it didn't make my cut.
I got it. So it's in the combo.
Yeah.
I saved you, Peter. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we only need one more, and we officially avoid new trash protocol. I keep looking at this one too. Even though I think Sink Florida Sink is better, and this one kind of has the same vibe, I just think this is a great tune. How Low?
Oh,
I have it.
Hey.
I don't.
Hey.
It's a great tune, though.
All right. Hey, it's in the combo. The new trash protocol officially out the window. So, I mean, if worst comes to worst, if we match on nothing else for the rest of this game, we just take the combo and slide it over.
Word.
All right. Elena?
All right. I'm going to go with just what's next on my list. I have Don't Lose Touch.
Nope.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm wondering if no, that one definitely. It took me a second to I'm trying to hear it in my head, but I want to say it made that first 42.
It's got a killer bass line. I think that's what hooks it for me. Just the opening bass line, and it's just it's a great live as well.
Again, I want to point out that these cuts were hard. Even the ones that I'm not really remembering, because there is, like Peter said it right off the top, there is no filler here. It really, we're going on, some of these are just preference, and some of them, like I said, are message songs. I really just dug lyrically or what the message of, even sometimes just the name of the song. So, Peter.
I'll bounce right off of that with message and name of the song. The title track, Transgender Dysphoria Blues.
I got it.
Oh, it's not on mine.
That's all right. Two puts it through. All right, now we're starting to get down to the nitty gritty here. 1, 2, 3, 6. I got 7 left. How about White Crosses?
Nope, not on mine either.
What's weird? Okay, so what's weird here is, I mean, we have 8 in the conversation, but I don't know that I've ever seen so many just flat out strikes.
You know what I will say to that? I think that's the thing, man. Against Me fans, I don't know. It's it's kind of weird because there's such a long like history with them. So it's like, I think if you came into it early in the game, I think you probably have like your favorites from that point. And then, you know, I mean, maybe where the jump off point is. Cause that's what I'm noticing with you with some of the stuff that you like.
Mm-hmm.
It really circles to like a certain time, you know?
Yeah.
To their career. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's just a weird thought.
All right. Elena, it is your turn.
Pretty Girls, The Mover is my next.
I do not have that one. That one, for some reason, isn't even coming out to me. Like, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Peter.
Let's see, the next one on my list is Unsubstantiated Rumors.
Nope, I don't have that one.
Oh.
You know, where? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Where do I go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Oh, I got to talk to you about GNR too. You look like you look like I need a drink.
Oh man, that was a last second cut.
I love that title.
You know what? Me as well, but that did not make my list.
All right, let's see. One.
Hey, next time I come to town, Justin, we're going to a show, dude.
Oh hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. All right, done.
So then that means they're still active. This is still an active band.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Are you kidding?
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, Laura Jane Grace, like, she's doing like a side project. It's Laura Jane Grace and the Devouring Mothers. So it's Adam, their drummer, Laura, and then and again, I am the worst with names, in case you haven't noticed. I cannot remember who the third fella in the band is. But yeah, it's pretty great. You should check it out.
Oh,
it's
hell yeah. Next time they're here, I'm there.
Nice.
That's a 100. That's 100.
That's 100. Yeah, 100. I can't even pretend to.
All right. Is it Peter's turn or wait? No, I
think it's Elena's turn.
Yeah, I put You Look Like I Need a Drink out. So, Elena, your turn.
I'm gonna go with Unprotected Sex with Multiple Partners.
Take that out of context, why don't you? I do not have that one. Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean this is the point of the game where we're probably gonna miss a lot, like when you're getting down to the nitty gritty. All right, Peter.
Back to Axel. Scream It Until You're Coughing Up Blood.
Oh my God. Nope.
Not on my list though.
Nope. All right, I'm gonna clear out that album, my last one, Jordan's First Choice.
No.
I always love that sigh that says, no, they don't have it. All right, Elena.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Born on the FM Waves.
I got it.
Nice.
I don't.
That's the first time I think we've matched that wasn't a unanimous, Elena.
I know.
That's all right, Peter.
Holy shit.
That's such a good song.
Oh, I thought you were just saying that for a second.
No, the song. Holy shit.
I don't have it.
It's not on my list.
That is so good, though. Again, you could say that for literally every single one. Now we're getting down to it. Paralytic States.
Oh,
no.
All right. Elena?
So my last few tracks are off of newer albums. So off of Shapeshift 333.
Oh,
I have 333.
Good.
Oh, such a good track, man.
Because that one was cut number like 23, and I don't even remember why I cut it. I just kind of did.
But you crazy.
Because I crazy, you understand, if you will, on the superstation. All right, Peter.
Let's see.
I've got one left, I think. Well, technically two.
Sure, yeah.
From Her Lips to God's Ears.
Nope, that one's not even sticking out.
No, not on mine either.
All right, and okay, I'm staring at two, but like I said, I had 21. So, how about Bitter Divisions?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Elena?
I have 2 left on my list too. Did I have 21? I'm not really good with numbers. So I will say I'm going to go with True Trans Soul Rebel off of
Hey,
Transgender Dysphoria Blues.
I'm counting it. That's song 21. I'm counting it. I have it.
All right.
I don't have it.
All right. Well, it gets through to the combo, and I'm cleaned out officially. All right. Peter.
Let's see. Rapid decompression.
That did not make my list.
Damn.
And so you should have 1 left, right, Elena?
I do.
Okay.
And Rebecca off of Shapeshift.
Do you have it, Peter?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
And do you have anything left that you want to just clear out the chambers?
Yeah, I got 1 left. Rice and bread.
Yeah. Well, so here are the ones that came through unanimously. Sink Florida Sink. I Was a Teenage Anarchist, and Because of the Shame. That's already a really, really good start. Let's see what we got through into the convo here. We've got 11, so we need to cut 4. And those are TSR, Born on the FM Waves, 333, White People for Peace, True Trans Soul Rebel, Transgender Dysphoria Blues, Black Me Out, Unconditional Love, Miami, Justin, and How Low. All right. Did any of those stick out as, I don't know how it got this far, we don't need it? Or are there any that you didn't have that you'd be willing to go to bat for pushing through?
I would fight for Miami.
All right. Well, I was the odd man out on Miami. Miami was definitely one of my last cuts, so let's get that one through. I'm with that. All right, and so that gives us 4 white crosses, and searching. Okay. All right. Is there anything that stuck out to you, Elena, that is like, man, that needs to go in?
These are the ones that were like not unanimous, is what we're saying here.
Right.
Was 333 on that list?
Yes.
It was on that list.
Hey.
I'm really horrible with this, apparently.
Well, I mean, look, you guys had 333 and I had it until, I mean, it was probably like cut number 22, 23. Like I said, I don't even know why I cut it. I just kind of did. So I have no problem pushing that one through.
Yeah, I would say that.
I think that's the only one from Shapeshift with me that made it to the final list. So I think we gotta have that one on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So now let's do some hard work here. Transgender Dysphoria Blues has 4 here. Well, there's no way we're taking 4 through. It's True Trans Soul Rebel, Transgender Dysphoria Blues, Black Me Out, and Unconditional Love. Let's chop 2 of those.
Unconditional Love's really not on my list at all.
So, like, it was nowhere near it?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have a problem losing it, Peter?
I
love it.
It's gonna hurt, but if we have to.
I mean, again, I love it. Even though your love is unconditional, I do think I'm looking at 2 that seem kind of more important, at least as far as messages go. Although that one is a pretty solid message. With True Trans Soul Rebel and Transgender Dysphoria Blues.
Yeah.
I mean, that leaves Black Me Out as the odd man out.
I'd have to say True Trans Soul Rebel and Black Me Out would be my 2 solid.
Ooh.
Like, would absolutely have to go through.
Ooh, okay. All right, you're the tiebreaker there, Peter.
I prefer Black Me Out. And then I could go for either Transgender Dysphoria or True Trans Soul Rebel.
Right. Oh, it's such an anthem, man. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know. That song on a lot of levels. True Trans Soul Rebel for me, for sure.
All right, so let's do that. We'll do True Trans and Black Me Out. And we'll lose Transgenders for You Blues. And dun dun dun. Come on. Move over there. Move where it tells you to. All right, so what do we got here? 7? Yep, 7. So we need 3 of these. TSR, Born on the FM Waves, White People for Peace, Justin, and How Low. Well, I feel like we can only take either Justin or How Low. I don't think we need both.
I think my pick would be How Low for sure.
I love How Low. It's way catchy.
Yeah. Catchy. It's great.
Also, the lyrics are pretty heavy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How Low. All right, let's put that one through. And now's the hard work. Well, okay. We just need to cut one of these. And let me see. Yeah, so it's TSR, Born on the FM Waves of the Heart, White People for Peace. One of them's got to go.
I want to keep White People for Peace because it's political, and I don't know. It's just
it's them.
Yeah,
it's them.
I'm okay with that.
All right. So then it's TSR versus Born on the FM Waves.
Oh, I'd have to keep Born on the FM Waves. It's just to me, that's just a beautiful song.
All right.
I've always loved it.
So put that up against, what do we have? We don't really have anything kind of pretty. Right? TSR is kind of straightforward. I'll walk through these 9 real quick, okay. And then you cast your vote, Peter. Sink Floor to Sink, I Was a Teenage Anarchist, Because of the Shame, Miami, How Low, True Trans Soul Rebel, Black Me Out, White People for Peace, 333. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of with Elena here. I love TSR, but I think that one's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
All right. Let's put Born on the FM Waves through. TSR over here in the trash. So
harsh, Justin.
I know. Well, it's just how it goes. Some things have to go in the trash sometimes. So here's our 10. Sink Floor to Sink, I Was a Teenage Anarchist, Because of the Shame, Miami, How Low, True Trans Soul Rebel, Black Me Out, Born on the FM Waves of the Heart, White People for Peace, and 333. That's our 10. And I'm going to start with you, Peter. What's your number 1 with a bullet?
I Was a Teenage Anarchist.
Ooh. How are you feeling, Ella? What do you think is the number 1 with a bullet?
Meaning,
okay.
My absolute fave?
Okay, so I get to explain it again. I usually just do anyway, but so I'm gonna do it. The number 1 with the bullet. I every year Alfredo and I do a best of that year. So we've done the best of 2016, the best of 2017. For the best of 2017 episode, I took one song from every artist, and then we mold that down to a top 10 for that year.
Wow.
He hated every song that I chose. So, what the number 1 with the bullet here is we the panel are choosing the song for me. So the song that we choose here will be the representative for Against Me in the best of 2018 episode.
Oh man, really?
Mm-hmm.
What? You know what? I'm gonna agree with Peter only because every time I hear that damn song, I'm teleported to the same feeling every single time. So perfect. Yeah, and I think it's a great introduction to the band on a lot of levels. So yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. And it's funny, like I love the conversation because going in, Sink Floor to Sink was going to be it. And then as the conversation's happening and I see Teenage Anarchist goes in unanimously and I think about the band and I think about the song, I'm like, nah, that's the one I want to introduce people to. Even though Sink Floor to Sink's great and it's very fun sing-along song, I think this one is a more accurate description of the band. So, well, we got 10, and even though it was pulling hair getting down to our 20, what a blast this band is. I 100%, absolutely, without a shadow of doubt, if they come, Elena, we need to go.
Dude, you just missed them. Like, they were here like a number of months back, and man, like, that's the one. I don't know about you, Peter, but Justin, I guarantee that, I mean, dude, I'm like, I'm transported to like an 18-year-old kid every time I see them. Like, no holds barred. I mean, I'm right up front. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Like, they're just the funnest band that you can just go see. I mean, they just give it their everything. It's amazing. So
there's a lot of audience participation. Like, you can tell that they're not phoning it in when they play live. Like, they're giving you a show.
Yeah. Yep. And the album's energy, I think I'm big on energy when it comes to a band. And even though they morph to the sound that is more fitting of what Justin listens to, God, listen to me talking in third person. Like, they morph into a Justin band. Like, the last 2 or 3 albums are like, this is what Justin listens to. Like, this is my bag, baby. But they start, like, they tell you what they are right out of the jump. And again, to come back to that word, consistent. Just a consistently thorough, good band. Every track is great. You notice I didn't have a lot of track ones, and I didn't have that as my reason for picks. That doesn't happen a lot. It really doesn't. And that speaks to, like, if you hit me with track 1, but then track 2 is better, like, man, like, that says something about a band, at least for me.
With them, like, a lot of punk bands, they'll put out an album of like 20 songs that are like 2 minutes long. But like, if you look at Against Me's albums, like, they typically don't go longer than 10 or 12 songs. Mm-hmm. Like, they just focus on like the good songs they have and just don't throw, whatever they've written at the time onto the record.
Yep.
They're just, I mean, I don't know, man. I cannot stress, like, just the whole, it's so weird to think of it in the context of like them being like, quote unquote, like a punk band, but it's like, I just really like, it's just artistry across the board. And I know like some people would debate that because, the skill level as far as musicianship isn't super technical, but like everything is so cohesive from like album art to lyrics to music. And Justin, I'd encourage you to, and even you, Peter, to like read Laura's book, because it is incredibly telling and amazing to kind of see where she was at personally when they were recording, a lot of those records. Like, I mean, she was either like, she deals a lot, or has dealt a lot with, like substance abuse and things like that. Obviously, coming out as transgender and things like that. So the fact that like the records have been as like amazing as they have been and consistent, and everything just as an art form was as amazing as it is, like, it's pretty wild to see, considering like personal struggles and things like that. So kudos to all of them for fucking rocking it and just being an amazing band. Obviously, they're all very talented and good at what they do. So,
all right, so we're getting ready to wrap it up here. Elena, I know you're on for The Clash and a couple other bands. I encourage you. I think I added you to the group. Check out, see if there's other bands that have made the list that you'd be interested in coming and talk. Now that you've been here, now that you know what it's like.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We got to have you back. It's just, it gets addicting.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I know it's been like a long kind of run of us trying to like get on the same page with it, but
I'm happy it did.
Super fun. So thank you for having me on.
And Peter, I said something about GNR. Bob France actually reached out to me and he's like, hey, GNR. So I'll be messaging you soon about Guns N' Roses. I think Guns N' Roses is going to happen. So,
all right.
Yeah, and then start polishing up on your Death Cab, because you, me, and my wife are going to do Death Cab. So,
all right.
With all that being said, hey, here's a Death Cab for Justin. Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. $1 a month gets you this program 3 full days early. It gets you Oh Hi Justin full week before the rest of the world. And that's 5 days of Justin right into your ears. If you like the WrestlePals pod, hey, if you don't like the WrestlePals podcast, you still get it. You can still listen to it. Hey, if you start listening and you're like, these guys are schmoes talking about wrestling, turn it off. If you maybe we'll turn you on to wrestling. Who knows? We might. So many new projects coming down the pike. My band, These Ghouls, I've been putting out some acoustic demos, and that's where you get them. They come there first. So much stuff coming down the pike, coming right from patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. $1 a month gets you all that. So I'd appreciate that. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate you guys walking me through a band that I really had no idea existed. So thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's awesome.
So,
I'm so excited.
Against me, learn them and love them, people. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.